All right, can anyone hear me? Concurrent viewers. Whoa. Not receiving that video. Stream is healthy. Alrighty. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Anyone hear me? Yeah, I think it's looking quite good. All right. If this is recording, I'm not even sure, but yeah, so I'm just online today. Instead of making a video, I'm just gonna be like throw some questions at me. Like willing to answer any questions Sunday night. No one's doing anything on a Sunday night anyway, so everyone's on their phones, looking at YouTube and scrolling down Facebook and stuff. So yeah, sweet, all good. Who's a CXNE? Yeah, bro, sweet. All right, you can hear me. That's good. Yeah. So throw some questions at me. If you've got any stocks you want me to look at, or like for people that have been like looking at my YouTube videos already, I'm not like someone that looks like right into the company's details, like what they do and stuff. I'm just a guy that trades. I'm like a momentum-based trader. I trade on, I just look at volume and if stocks are going up and looking at continuation and stuff like that. So yeah. So any stocks, just throw it at me and I'll give you my opinion on it, or just talk some random stuff. So yeah, and I'll just pull up some random stuff too. So cool. My first live stream ever, by the way. So. Alrighty. Don't need that one there. Put that down. So someone talked about BGI. So lately I haven't even been trading. I wasn't even involved in BGI until someone on Instagram actually messaged me and was like, "Oh, did you see BGI lately?" I was like, "Oh, I haven't even seen that." But yeah, let's check it out. So look at the graph here, far out. So it's a pretty good So I'm on the daily chart right now. It's got to be in a good swing trade to go high. Obviously, we had that risk up here. There, we just had that straight fall. So what happened was, I think it was like the NTA or whatever was like 0.05. It was supposed to be like 0.005 or something like that. So yeah, so I didn't even get involved with this one, but I had a look at it. I mean, it was a pretty good swing trade. I don't really trade stocks that are like 9 cents. Me personally, I trade stocks that are over like 80 cents to $1. I mean, if they have lots of volume behind it, then yeah, then I'll trade it. But with BGI, I think looking at the market depth and stuff, it was with buyers and sellers, I think it was around like 1,000, 2,000, something like that. So yeah, it could have been good trading with like a small account. Could have traded it to the upside here because let's see how much it gained. So anyone that got in sort of over here on the breakout, the volume going in, could have caught like 246%. But the thing is, like, we're in the markets, right? The markets are a very uncertain place. So It's very hard. Like this sort of stuff is the risks of trading, or risks of investing. It's like you never know when this sort of thing is going to happen. I mean, if anyone that was trading this for the short term, they would have got absolutely smoked. And this happens, and all you can do is just like take it on the chin. It's like, all right, because at the end of the day, you got to realize that for you guys that are trading, it's kind of like it's a long journey, and you're going to have a few of these along the way. You're going to have these unexpected losses. So as long as you're managing your risk and you're not trading too large, I mean, people that kind of the thing is, the stocks that are like 5, 6, 7, 8 cents or whatever, those stocks are really volatile. They move like huge swings. I'm talking like 30, 40, 50%. You saw this like you can make some really good gains on them. At the same time, you can like lose a lot of money on it. So you just got to be careful. Like for me personally, I trade stuff with tight spreads because I can manage my risk. Because like a 1 cent spread, like buyers are $1.48, sellers are $1.49, and you sort of got that 1 cent spread there. So you're not like really prone to these huge, massive drops like this. So something like this, I would have probably stayed away from. However, I would have, if I actually caught on to it, I probably would have traded with like $1,000 or something. Maybe just for fun kind of thing. But I wouldn't stick large amounts of money behind something like this. So if you're speculating this to go like higher, and this excludes investing. I mean, if you're putting this in, if you're investing now for the future, then all good. But it won't affect the investors much because they're playing the long game. For the people that are kind of playing the short game, then yeah, unfortunately these sort of things do happen, and all I can say is that when things like this do happen, just take the loss. I mean, just start again. I mean, like for traders and stuff, you have your account size. You want to keep putting money into it, like just put like $25 a week into it or $50 a week into it. Like you will take losses along the way, but you want to keep your trading account there because you don't want to get your trading account fully burned. So if you're trading stuff like this, this is stuff that's going to get you burned. So yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, I didn't play BGI, Duncan. So yeah, it was very nice though. I mean, it's very nice price action there because look at that. This end of the day higher, you could have put your stop at what 3 cents. This doesn't even. The thing is with TradingView. Another thing is TradingView doesn't really show you like because it's like it's literally like 4.8 cents, 4.9 cents. On here you can see it goes from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 kind of thing. So that's kind of another thing. So yeah. So for me, I wouldn't even trade this. I did see this on NZX. So I looked on the NZX top gainers. I saw that BGI was on here, but again, like anything that's below 50, like 40 cents, I don't even look at it. It just goes straight past me like this. NTL, like don't even look at it. LIC, don't even look at it. It's not liquid enough. This thing here, don't even look at it. So I don't even look at these sort of like cent ones. So I'm looking more for the $1.70, for the the dollar ones and stuff. So yeah. So if anyone else has any other questions, flick it through. I'm just going to chill here for a little bit, probably to about another 12 minutes or something. Yeah. Could you even day trade this? Was it that liquid? Oh shit. Again, like Alright, Matthew, PEB has been going crazy lately. Alright, let's check out PEB. PEB. PEB has been going crazy lately. Whoops. Can you elaborate on that? Is it going crazy? Like I had like a good breakout along here, so I had like 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts, and it kind of broke out on this candle. So for anyone that was kind of trading this at 11.78, finally broke that level and ended higher on the day here. So on this candle here at Pacific Edge, okay. So on this candle here, held above the. So what you want to look for is when the stock kind of breaks out of like a. So this is here what you call resistance. So it's when a stock has tried to go past like a 1180 and has struggled multiple times. So eventually it does break out in that direction, and for it to be a like a solid, actually like a true breakout, it needs to close above. Like here you saw these big wicks, wick, wick, wick. This is a nice full body candle, and it also had like some good volume behind it. You see that volume kind of stepped in right there. So look at that. So the volume is substantially higher than these ones. So you can see it kind of stands out. So, and it stood out there. So I'm not sure what happened on that day, but it broke out. So I wasn't watching this trade, unfortunately, but you know, for people that wanted to catch some gains like this, so you know, so if you got on this candle here, you could have caught, you know, 26% if you use the trailing stop. So the trailing stop is a really good method for me. Again, this is the daily chart. So basically, like for me, if I had to plan, if I did see this trade, like again, I have my own business. You know, I don't trade as much. I'm a guy that kind of like I trade as less as possible, but I like to trade quality. I like to put some good size behind it. So if I don't see a clean setup, I won't trade it. But I'm just explaining how I would trade certain stocks that you guys give to me. So so this one, if I had to plan out this sort of trade, let's see, you know, where's my tools here? So if I had to take a long position, let's say it ended higher in the day here above the, you know, above that break. So all right, so I'll put my stop at the bottom of the day's low, which is, what's that, 1176. All right, and then I would want a minimum 2 to 1. So basically, here we go. So you can see the risk reward ratio here is 2. So I would want to take my profits at 1391 or higher. So this means I'll let the trade play out. So basically, it's either going to hit my stop, or it's going to hit my mental stop. So if it does go below to that point, then I'm out. You know, like I don't play around. Like the thing is, like for trades, this is one of the hardest things to do, is just like, you know, cutting your losses. You know, when you're down like $200-300, you're like, oh, I'll just hold it a bit more. I'll just hold it a bit more. And most of the time, like you know, or you know, it might actually go up. But the thing is, like a time thing. Your capital is all tied up. So as other trades are happening, then you just see that like your capital is tied up in a losing position for like a long time. You know, like you're 3-4 months down the line, you're seeing all these trades, be like, oh shit, I got no money to trade with because it's locked up in a losing position. Then finally your stock goes up, and then you take your, you know, you take your gain or whatever. But you don't want to do. We want to take quick gains because we want to be in and out of positions. Like we want to be taking our gains where possible. So here I'd probably let the position play out. So again, you know, you're probably getting about 1250 or something because it ended high in the day, saw a bit of volume down the bottom. Stick your stop at the bottom of that. You want to let it play out to about at least 186. So when it does get to that level there, like you saw it kind of gapped higher. So a gap means it kind of opened up higher, so it has a significant gap. So that was quite good. So the stock, so what you'll do, since the stock kind of ended higher, then you'll just adjust your stop to here. So right, you know, you adjust your stop to the bottom of that day. So ended higher. So basically, you know, sorry, probably confusing you guys. So let me just take this away. I'll show you guys what I mean. Just gonna take that away. Cool. So I explained this in my other videos. So you would have got on here. All right, sweet. So you would have put your stop, your mental stop about here. Next day it closed higher again, so you put your stop there. Next day it closed higher again, so you put your stop at the low of the day. Next day it closed higher, you put your stop there. Next day it closed higher, you put your stop about there. Here is where you would have got out. So somewhere in that range there, because it's gone way too far up now, and now it's closed below. It's closed, so see that? It did not close above that. So if you got out over here, then how much gains would you have made? You would have made about, let's see, so you got in about there, and you would have got out about there. So you would have caught about 12.5% in a few days. So that's what I'm talking about. It's all about looking at those risk-reward ratios. Like that's what trading is about anyway. You know, you see all this day trading videos and stuff like that, and you know, like penny stock traders like Timothy Sykes and, you know, Tim Gratani, you know, shorting stocks and all that. Like, it is possible. It's just all discipline. Like, and the most important thing I think people don't realize is that it takes time. Like, you don't want to, remove all the thing is, you don't want to just like shove your money into the market and just be going all wild crazy, you know, shoving your money in that stock and shoving your money in that stock and taking a loss and all that type of stuff. Like, you want to really be like You want to be like finding quality setups in the market, like this one. Look, it broke out, it held above. You saw a little bit of volume. That's a good trade. It's like you want to have a fine line between not being too scared to enter a trade, but also not being too greedy that you're entering a trade without a plan. So basically, you just want to be in the middle. So if you do see a nice trade and you do see somewhere you can get out, so you also, for PEB, you'll get on market depth as well. So you'll basically look at the market depth to see, like, are there enough buyers? Are there enough sellers? So simple as that. Well, not, I know. Well, the thing is, trading isn't simple. It takes time, but it's just like building that sort of like that mental. You got to treat your trading like a business. The thing is, a lot of traders can make money out there, but they're trying to, stick their money into every stock every week and stuff. I guarantee you guys, like, the more less you trade and more quality setups you find, you'll be making more money, because it's way better making, like, $1,000, or like, $500 consistently, than making like making like making like 2K and losing 4K, and making another 1K, then you're losing 900, and you got all these choppy sort of swings. So you want to be like, if you guys are trying to play like shares short term, you want to be keeping your losses small. So you want to be risking 2% of your account size. I think that's pretty good, because that means you'll probably need to lose about 50 times to get rid of your whole account. So, and to lose a trade 50 times is pretty hard. Like, the only way you'll be losing that much is because you're just trading willy-nilly. You're trading a shitty stock. So yeah, I found out this whole time I wasn't even looking at Pacific Edge. Whoops. Anyways, PEB. Which PEB was I looking at? Oh, thanks for correcting me, guys. Not. Alrighty. So this is PEB here, the actual PEB that I was talking about. So the thing is, this is a live stream, so I can't even delete that. But anyways, yeah, going back to this. Yeah, so Duncan, Pacific Edge. So this is the proper Pacific Edge that you're talking about. So Pacific Edge is actually looking pretty good here. It's kind of breaking out of a range. Cool. So it's trading between, like, 61 cents and 54 cents. So if I'm just going to look on the market depth on the screen over here, so broken. So PEB. Oh yeah, Gray LYNN Jr. All right, thanks for correcting me now after I just did a whole speech on, like, on the wrong stock. All right. Yeah, no G. All right, all good. Let's have a look at this. So PEB. So this was yeah. So this is basically the market depth of PEB. So let's have a look at it. Let's see what's going on. So 69-cent stock. It's trading 5 million. Far out. This means it's got some solid volume behind it. A lot of buying interest there. And let's see, 49 grand versus 20. You got a huge support at 64, 65. So 64. And just see if I can pop that on this side a little bit. Can't even fit this on my screen anyway. Oh, cheers, great. Cheers, Grayland Jr. And all good, Duncan. That's alright. I'll just talk about the stock now. It's all good. Oh, I said I was like streaming till 10, but I'm gonna go a little bit further. So, all right, PEB. Alrighty. So we're looking at the market depth. These are the two things. I'll chuck this up here. Got to chuck this somewhere far out. Whoops. Anyway, looking at the charts first. All right. So basically, you see that this is forming some really good patterns. So it's gapping high. You see the solid volume coming down here. So which is good. That's what we want. Hang on. There we go. Solid volume, you know, kind of retrace back a little bit, formed a range. So these are the ranges that are good. These are the ranges you want to look for, because when you get into these ranges, you can manage your risk, because all you have to do is just stick your stop here at about like 23 cents and then kind of get in that range. Then boom, you would have made a return of about, you know, about 100%. So, and this is the volume. So because of the uncertainty of markets, you know, get my going all off track now. Getting my desk pin set up. Alright, desk pins. Alright, so my camera's in place now. Anyways, alright. So yeah, so these ranges are very powerful. So the thing about PEB is like looking at it now, I haven't even looked at the stock like yet, and then yeah, looking at it, looks really good, because like you know, it's forming these little ranges. So it's had a leg up, then it's kind of retraced. It hasn't even lost any of its gains. It's kind of holding majority of its gains, and then all of a sudden you had like another, you know, you had another leg up and it's holding its gains again, and now we just had another sort of bump up. So the move wasn't as powerful as the last time, but we've seen lots of sort of volume. So these big volume spikes are what you want to look for, because when you get into one of these ranges here, so again, all you have to do is, if you wanted to, so if you wanted to trade one of these ranges, where's my tool? Hang on. Yeah, so look, for example, so if I saw PEB at this time, like again, like I said, I don't really look at cheap stocks, but looking at this one is pretty good for people that do want to trade it. Like, you know, you've had the spike up, it's consolidated for a while, and it looks like it's about to break out anytime soon. So if you want to get into the stock, then you'll get in about, let's say you got in about 28 cents, because it's forming a bit of a range. And you just want to stick your stop slightly below. So about, what's this, 4 cents below, so that's all good. So basically you want to have a minimum risk reward ratio of, yeah, 2. So basically you'd want your stock to go higher than 36 cents. So hopefully you guys can see that. If you guys have any questions or I'm confusing you, let me know. I do see the comments, so yeah. So basically, yeah, so you want to get in there. So let's say you got in at you know, about 28 cents, and you saw that the price held at about 25 and went back up. You're like, sweet, I'm gonna stick my stop slightly below that, and my target price is gonna be a minimum of 36%. So when that happens, you can get these sort of surprise moves. So with PEB, and the move has already happened. So this could continue trending higher, but it probably needs some sort of consolidation. So you want, every time it's moved higher, it's had a spike higher, you probably want to sell up, then you probably want to wait for some sort of like ground to form. So as you saw here, it kind of was like holding at 54 cents. And as soon as you see a little bit of a spike, like something like this one here, see that candle over here? You know, moved it slightly higher. So that's where you want to get in. So with that, you would have, sorry, clear my drawings again. Yeah, so with that candle right there, you know, it's kind of gone above that. So it's kind of held for a while. So it's held for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it didn't go below that sort of 54 level. And if we look at the market depth, the 54 level looks like it's quite a strong level. So if you looked at the market depth, it would have been like lots of buyers sitting there. And the thing is, when there's lots of buyers sitting there, it's hard for like you know, the sellers to kind of break that sort of support level. So for me, if you see that you know, like 54 is holding, and also there's actually a lot of you know, buyers on the market depth, then that's actually a solid support level. And when there's a solid support level, it means that you can get in, you can manage your risk quite well, because if it does start breaking through that support level like really hard, then you can kind of start to get out. And it's quite easy to get out as well, because you know, you just have so much buyers there that it's just like, all right, I want to sell for a small loss, boom, you'll be in and out kind of thing. So otherwise, you know, you just let it play out, because it's like you're sitting on a safety cushion and you're just waiting to go up. So yeah, and so if you played that one, then, you know, let's see, if you had to plan that. So if I had to plan something like that. So anyways, moving forward, like what you want to do is kind of you know, let it go up for a little bit. You want it to consolidate again, so I'll just draw out a picture. So you just want to look for these are this is trading. You want to look for these reoccurring patterns. Look at these reoccurring patterns. Like, these are like basically flat top breakouts. Like, this is probably more of a bull flag, this one. You know, kind of broke that, just boom, up like that. Because you want to see the squeezing of a range. You want to see the squeeze. And this is like a pretty good, this is like a rough sort of, you know, flat top looking breakout. This flat top looking breakout is one of my favorite patterns. Like, I'm looking at this stock now and just like, shit, I shouldn't have been in it. Far out. You know, that tight little range there. This is my favorite pattern right here. You know, when its price just soars upwards, you know, kind of goes, consolidates to the side, starts to drift down, then kind of come back up, then does a mini consolidation. So mini consolidation, all of a sudden, boom, you're up again. It's a massive volume. So PLX did the same thing. Like let's look at PLX. You know, PLX was having like the best patterns ever. Look at this. Flat top breakout, mini range, boom, straight up. You know, flat top breakout, mini range, boom, straight up. You know, like, these are the type of patterns I trade. These patterns, like, you know, you can manage your risk quite well. Like, if it does not play out how you want, then you just simply get out. So, yeah, simple as that. All right, I got a question. Matt Tasker saying, you trade cryptos much? I don't trade cryptos that much. I just stuff around for a little bit, like, you know, like, I'm holding like one at the moment, just like playing around. I should really like start. So the one I'm holding at the moment, ADA BTC on Binance. So cryptos are some pretty exciting things. Look at that. So look at that. It's topped out, but it's pretty volatile as well. So you can trade these things. Like, again, I just showed you the pattern before. Flat top breakout, you know, like, you know, forms a mini little range, you know, tight range. You can get in on that range, you know, put your stop loss below there, wait for it to break out. If it doesn't break out, then take a small loss. Like, yeah, I won't say simple as that. Obviously, you got to do something. You got to make sure it's a liquid stock, and you got to make sure you're trading the right sort of stock. But like, these are the patterns you can trade. Like, it's just and the most powerful thing when trading is like, if the stock is moving higher, or cryptocurrency, like, trade in the direction of a trend. Like, if it's already going up, just wait. Just wait for it to consolidate and see if it's holding still and forming a tight range. Then it's more likely that it's just going to go to the upside. So, yeah. Anyways, what stock we're looking at? PEB. Yeah. So, yeah, so basically with this stock, I'd probably leave it alone. Might continue higher. It will probably go higher. There'll probably red line. We'll probably just, like, you know, form a candle here. There'll probably a big wick. And then all of a sudden, we'll start to consolidate again like this. And if you see that pattern again, flat top breaker, is probably going to explode higher. So just watch out. You just got to look for the patterns. And don't be afraid to get into these, you know, don't be afraid to get into these stocks, because as long as you can manage your risk, just take that small loss. We've got to put our egos aside. If we're wrong, we're wrong. Like, trading is all about, you know, being wrong. Like, you have to be wrong to be right, kind of thing. So it's just like, all right, I found a good trade setup. You know, this is where I'm getting in. This is where I'm getting out. And this is where I'm taking my profit. So anywhere from this level or above. There's no point risking like $100 to make $100, you know what I mean? But if you're using like 2-to-1 risk-reward ratios, then you only got to be winning 51% of the time to be profitable, basically. So, yeah. Alrighty. But yeah, so that's probably changing from one topic to the other. This is my first, my live stream. So, yeah, so I do trade cryptos much? Not really, I probably should. But for me personally, I'm so stuck in my business. Like, the last couple of weeks, I was working like 13 days straight. Far out. So I own a cafe. So I got like 7 staff, and, you know, so I'm like the owner operator, whatever. So I'm in there, you know, trying to balance all my percentages and stuff. You know, like, you know, your wages, your cost of goods, and the lease and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I'm one of the you know, I'm quite lucky during coronavirus. I didn't get, you know, our cafe didn't get, you know, me and my families, but we didn't get hit as much. Well, not even as much. We didn't even like we just got shut down, and it was just even busier when we opened, so which is quite good. But yeah. Anyways, this is a trading talk, so yeah. Any other questions? Just throw it at me, then I'll be on my way. Thanks, Matt, for the question. Alrighty. So we check out some stuff on the hot list, shall we? Or see what the hot lists are doing. The percentage gainers from last week. So these hot lists over here, these don't yeah, so these don't like what was it? PLX and like there's some stocks that are not on there, like PLX and stuff like that. So it's gotta be careful, so yeah. Oh, what's the TRA Turners? FPH. Woohoo! FPH. So FPH, yeah, it's looking pretty choppy at the moment. I mean, like it's had a sort of a yeah. So FPH sort of broke out the zone. As I was talking about, similar sort of pattern. See that candle right there? It closed above that resistance. I think they are due to the earnings announcement. Oh, just before earnings. Yeah. So, yeah, luckily there was earnings, so it closed above, which is all good. Could have rode out for a few gains. Here was kind of forming a range. It's kind of going up there, holding there. It's kind of a so basically it's trading a range between between kind of like 36.80 and like 35.60. So you can trade these ranges. So the thing is, the good thing about finding ranges is that you can also trade like between the ranges. So let's say you can just like you can kind of buy down here and just wait for it to go back up here, make 3%, and just sell it up here. And when it goes down, buy again, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, kind of thing. And also, yeah, then you kind of put your stop, underneath. Like the hardest thing is anyone who was trading this range, they would have got stopped out because you would have just had to take the loss. I mean, if you're trading between this range, then you would have put your like a stop probably at the bottom over here. So you probably would have got stopped out, and that's okay. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Like the thing is, if you're trading short term in the markets, you got to be like a robot. You got to just be like you got to make your plan. You got to stick to your plan. This is where I'm getting out. It's like, damn it, it's hit my stop. I have to get out. No exceptions. That's what the best traders in the world do. They would never hold a losing position. So it's something that everyone's got to practice because it is hard cutting loss. Like if anyone's found it hard to cut a loss, then just type it in the chat. And like I say, I'm always like willing to help traders and stuff. Like I've been trading since like 2015. I've been trading up and down. I've always been involved in the market somehow. So like I know people, trading's you can have a rough time, trading. It hits your emotional side hard. You got to be like a rock sometimes. But like I said, if you guys are ever struggling, like with your, if you guys are ever just having a hard time or like you're feeling down about trading, we made a huge loss or something, like just flick me a message on Instagram and then I'll just help you guys. I'll give you guys some like motivation or like most of the time I'm gonna say, oh, you should have used this stop loss. There was an expensive learning lesson. Like everyone has learning lessons, but the thing is, in trading, we take expensive learning lessons. It's not a loss; it's a learning lesson. Remember that. So, yeah. Going back to FPH. Yeah. So there's not really a pattern showing there at all. I'll probably stay away. It's not breaking out or anything. It's kind of consolidating. Could continue higher. I mean, it's still in an upward sort of range. So for people holding this long term, you got a huge sort of range going up here. So still on the way higher. So nothing wrong with FPH. From a technical perspective. Whoops. So yeah, so people wanted to trade this higher, probably wait till it breaks and holds above like that 37 level. Then it's probably gonna start to break out and start trending higher. So you can probably make some money off that. Yeah. Any other stocks? Throw it at me. So thank you, yeah, Grayland Jr. So it says on my live stream that it says concurrent viewers. So I'm thinking like 13 concurrent viewers. Yeah. Oh well. Just checking my phone. All right. Let's check out the market, shall we? So for our previous videos, you guys probably know that I used the not the NZX, but I used the NZX 50 index. So the NZX 50, yeah, look, it's pretty much an uptrend. So the thing is with when you use the market to your favor, like the market kind of adds that pump behind you. It's like the wind at your back. If you're investing in a stock, then it's kind of pushing the wind at your back kind of thing. You know, like, you know, those 1% gains are going to turn into 2% gains because you just got a lot more buyers coming into the market. It's just pushing stocks higher. So, yeah. So I got a question here. Should start a NZ trading group to share ideas? The thing is, you know, I've been asked like a few times, like on Instagram, like messages and stuff like that, that you should start a, you know, start some sort of forum. You should start a, you know, WhatsApp group and all that. The thing is, for me personally, like I'm not fully involved in shares. I'm not active. Like I hardly even have like, I don't. The worst thing for me is that I just don't have the time. Like I'm such a busy man. Like if there's any cafe owners on this chat, then they probably know what, you know, owning a cafe is like. You're just fully just hands on, you know, like you got to be doing all the ordering or paying the wages, so much shit to do, you know, like you know, working 6-7 days in the cafe. Like sometimes I just, you know, like I'm trading less now. The thing is, it's kind of hard for me to just get in front of the computer because you always, you know, in the cafe you're always like talking to people and stuff, you know, networking, and so that's why I've been pretty slack on the videos. But I do try. So should start an NZ trading group, share it maybe in the future, not at the moment. I wouldn't call myself a top, I'm not a top level trader, guys. I'm just kind of like in the middle kind of thing. So I'll tell you guys where I am. So you guys probably seen what a, you know, a trader's journey chart looks like. Here's the time. Whoops. Okay, I'll just put a T there. Here's the time, and here's your profits. So when any trader starts off, you know, they start to, you know, they slowly start to chop around, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm making money. I'll make a huge, you know, make some huge money at the start, make some big gains, and then like, you know, go up, and all of a sudden, like, you know, then it start, they're like, oh, small gains, all of a sudden, boom, you just make this huge loss, and then it's just like that's when you get humbled. This is when you get humbled. So this is when you start learning. So all those profits that you made, your high over the last 6 months, you made 1-2 grand. It's all wiped out, one big loss, and simply because, you know, you got too greedy. You keep sizing up large, and you thought you could keep this. This is not sustainable, especially in your first year. You cannot make consistent money by just, you know, chopping and changing into stocks and just thinking, you know. Like you gotta go through the process. So for all you guys out there, you are gonna take a loss at some stage, 100%. You're never gonna be right. So when you do take a loss, just embrace the loss. Like, okay, I've just lost $200. I gotta embrace that. I'm gonna be a good trader one day. This $200 loss, I gotta, you know, take that. I can't feel shit about it. It's a learning lesson. Take it as a learning lesson. So anyway, so you get humbled by the big loss. And then you kind of flatline for a while because you start, you know, stop trading for a bit because you're trying to learn. Then you paper trade, and then all of a sudden, you just start to see consistent gains, and you'll, you know, like using your risk rewards like that, you'll start to see consistency. And also, and the more consistent you are, the more larger your trading account grows. Then you start making these, you know, 1 or 2 bigger gains. And all of a sudden, you might get humbled 1 or 2 times in a row. But the thing is, you'll just continue on a track like this, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of like a stock chart, and all of a sudden there you go, that's your P. So look at that. So over time, when you made these big profits at the start, you will make more than that because you get humbled by the market. You learn in this phase here And then, yeah, so your profits start slowly, consistently getting better. You'll take some losses along the way, but the thing is, it won't bring you down. You just keep going. That's how you make it to the top in this trading game. So, yeah, so I'm probably, I'm probably at this stage here. Yeah, so eventually it will get more consistent, but it's just time, takes time. So this could be anywhere from like, 6 to like 2 years. At the start, like with me doing these like YouTube learning lessons and stuff, like I'm shortening your learning curve slightly. So these are the things I've experienced. And yeah, so as you can see by the circle, that's kind of where I am. I've had a few losses. I don't show the losses because like, not really any traders don't show their losses on Instagram. Like the losses don't matter. It doesn't matter how much money I'm making. It doesn't matter what I'm losing. It matters about the profits I've made. Meaning that if I can make profits like that, then you can too. Simple as that. If I can make 1,000, I made like 4,000 a day on Kathmandu. I was like, oh shit, like if I can make that, then you guys can too. It's not gambling. It's simply like risk management. Literally, just like if a trade isn't going your way, just get out. Take that small loss. Keep your losses small. Small losses, and then just those big winners will come. Like the guy pointed out, like PEB. You saw that, like you get into range, and boom, all of a sudden you just made mad gains. Like, and like I said, you will if you're into stocks like BGI. Where's BGI? If this thing happens to you, this sort of stuff, if it happens to you, it happens. Like it's just like business. Like treat your trading like a business. Like obviously your business will be doing really, 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 really well, and all of a sudden, let's say like I don't know, like something's happened and your business had to close down for like 6 months, and you just lost 6 months worth of profits, kind of thing, for your business, and you just have to keep going. Like that's it. Like for people that took a loss here, just pick yourself back up, take it a learning lesson. These things do happen. Maybe next time, if you sized up too large, like use less money next time because it's only an 8-9 cent stock. So use $500 next time. I mean, that's the thing. Use 100. Yeah, for these smaller cent stocks. So if you guys want to trade this type of stuff, don't use like 10,000 or 5,000. Use like $100-200. I mean, if you're comfortable, because these sort of cent stocks, they can make like double your money. I mean, you're gambling if you're trying to stick a lot of money behind this because like you might get lucky, but is it a consistent strategy? The whole thing about trading is just like, can you be a consistent trader? So what about no one gives a shit about your 1 or 2 gains. You want to be making consistent gains. So that's all trading is about. All right, respect your work, man. Thanks, Duncan. Cheers, appreciate that. ABA, DJ Westy. Technical indicators. Oh, I'll answer the ABA one. All right, ABA. My brother's holding the stock. I told him to get out. So if you're an ABA, like this was such a... I didn't catch this one either. This is a nice sort of... Well, did I? I can't remember. This is a nice thing to trade. Remove your drawings. Cool. Because, you sort of... it had a spike up. It consolidated. It's trading that smaller range. So if you trade in that smaller range there and you would have got up to the upside, you would have stopped out here. So you're like, oh shit, all right, you're just going to have to take the loss. So, as soon as it traded above that range again and it held above, like something like there, saw this volume coming in. So that volume here. So that candle was the one to get on. Again, manage your risk, and you just rode it for like a 37% gain. But now, so you go, so. Yeah, so DJ Westy. Yes, ABA is not really showing me any pattern at the moment. It's still, to me, it's still in kind of a downtrend. So it really needs to break above like $3 for it to kind of start going higher again. So what I want to see in ABA is for it to consolidate like this. And then kind of, another thing is what you want is you want to see this solid volume bar here. You want to see a similar thing like that. So you want to see a huge volume bar just bump up like that with a lot of volume. So right now we haven't got there. So if we don't have a solid like a candle like this one here, yeah, we should probably stay away. But for people holding for long term, I mean, looks like it's kind of bottoming out. You know, it's kind of bottoming out along here. So the thing is with these with these like support lines, you just gotta, you know, it's like a rough. You just gotta put in a rough place. Like you can never get a support line right. Like that's the thing. Like nothing in trading is clean. There's no clean sort of thing. So it's going to shoot off the graph onto the next screen. It's going to shoot off the graph onto the next screen. I'm not talking if you think like the AVA is going to go super high or what, but all right. Thank you for the live stream, Nepkin82. Thank you for your comment. And let's see, favorite technical indicators. All right. So one thing I like the stochastics down the bottom. See these stochastics down here. Whoops. So stochastics kind of show me is it an upward sort of. So when it's above like let's get my thing. When it's above 80, it just means that there's two things. It just means that the momentum's to the upside, which is really good. So it means it's got a strong momentum behind it, and also that it's due for a pullback. So when I see that my stochastics are kind of above 80, I know that, oh shit, you know, like this isn't gonna continue high and high. It's gonna pull back someday. So I need to be very careful. So if my stochastics are that high, then I'm trailing my stock higher because it can go down at any moment. Another one of my favorite technical indicators is the 9 EMA. So I like the 9 EMA. So the 9-day 9-day exponential moving average. So with this one, I like the curl. So when a 9 EMA is curling, I know that the stock is just probably going to likely to continue higher. So I love when the 9 EMA curls right close to the price. It just means that it's just kind of just like it's ready to shoot up. I love breakouts. They're the best day. But yeah, so those are two of my favorite indicators. Yeah. All right. So thank you. So thanks, Nepkin82. Matthew Black. I've been interested in watching lately. I think would be good swing trades: CBD, ERD, BGP. So CBD. Let's have a look at CBD. CBD is one that, you know, all traders should be watching closely. Like as soon as this shit's legalized, it's gonna bump. You know, like it's all good to, you know, if you want to take a small gamble, like, you know, $500 or something, you just invest for the future, you can. But you know, it all depends on that referendum that's coming up. I mean, look at the mad gains you could have made off this. And you could have trailed the stock higher too, you know. You stop here, stop here, stop here, stop here, you know, like you would just got out about here. All good. Yeah, so CBD right now looks like it's trending high. It's consolidating. You know, it's got a lot of volume sticking behind it. So look at that. It's good volume. Saw the uptick here. Kind of broke out. It's consolidating. Yeah, it looks like it could continue higher. Yeah, it'll probably start to slowly continue higher. Probably above 60 cents. That's just a guess. Because if it did do this exploding action here, it could probably do this. Yeah. Something similar like that can probably happen again here. So if anyone that wants to trade this, then just have a look at the market depth anyways, and you'll just see if is there more buyers and sellers. If there's more buyers than sellers, and it has good support down here, then it's probably likely to continue higher. So yeah, because what's happened is it's gone. The reason for that is it's gone up, but it hasn't like gone back down, so it hasn't lost its gains. So for 2 days now, it's been holding its gains, so it's likely actually to continue higher. So yeah, it looks like a good trade. If you want to manage something like this, then you would go for like a what is it? You want to go for a long position. You want to get about 55. You know, put your stop at about 52 or something. Yeah, you want to go for like a 59. So you want to get in there. You know, put your stop loss at 53. That's if it breaks, not when it touches 53, but if it's breaking 53 and going to go below, then get out. Otherwise, otherwise trade it above. You know, if it closes, you know, near 59 or passes 60, then all good. And it's just like a quick idea off the top of my head. It's got good volume. Why not? It looks like it's a bit of an up range as well. So been a lot of talk about it. So yeah, it's definitely an up range. So probably see that. So yeah, probably to me, it'd probably be a good trade. So if you want to do that, go ahead. What else? So ERD, what's ERD looking like? ERD looks like it's forming a bit of a double top. You know, it's tried to break 340 here, it's tried to break 340 here, but just no sort of volume down here. So yeah, to me, I don't know. Personally, I don't think it's going higher. It might do. I just don't. The thing is, I don't see any volume over here. No volume. Had a little spike over here. Whoops. CBD is probably a good trade. Seeing this one, it had a bit of a spike. No volume. I mean, this might hold and continue higher. Who knows? We'll have to check market depth. Well, BGP. Briscoe's group. Again, I'm not sure how. Yeah, so the volume, you know, has it got enough volume to continue higher? You know, had a solid red sort of volume bar there, so just, you know, kind of went up, it's sold off. Doesn't sell completely down, so it's not showing me anything clean. I'll probably stay away, just because, you know, I need some sort of consolidation. So when stocks go up, they need to consolidate for a little bit, so they need to go sideways, then go. You need to find clean stocks. You want to look for clean price action. If it's already uptrending, then it's a risky one, because if it's uptrending, you have a high risk of getting in at the top. Then it'll probably retrace back down, so you don't want to be that guy. So yeah. All right. Next one, a regular Sunday night live stream discussing what's on the watch list and why. That'll be sweet. Thanks, Joe from Joe's Indicator Shop. All right, I'll try to get one out again. My Sunday nights, like, you know, I got heaps of work to do. You know, cafe, I got to pay my wages, do my rosters and stuff like that. But I'll definitely try. You know, like, I get on here as much as I can. It's going to shoot off the graph onto the next screen. I think you're talking about ABA. All good. Cheers, bro. Do you try catch trades early while consolidating, or wait until you see a setup that has made a move, then get in? DJ Westy. So there's so many different ways you can trade stocks. I mean, you can trade earnings breakouts. You can trade like just any sort of price sensitive news on the NZX. I mean, like you know, acquisitions. If there's any talk of a company getting acquired, the acquiring company stock price is likely to go up. So that's quite a good one. Like a company getting acquired. You know, just like what was that stock? Pacific Edge, was it? PEB we're looking at. Yeah, just trading at the pattern. Like, look, this stuff is clean. Like, you know, just trading these little ranges. You want to find tight ranges. Well, that's me personally. Everyone has their own different trading strategy, and you should trade what works with you and like your personality. Like, for me, I tried to catch trades. Like, I tried to get in this range a little bit, or if there's heaps of momentum behind the stock, I'm talking about some massive momentum, then I'll day trade it higher. So basically there's swing trading and there's day trading. So when you see like heaps of talk about CBD, you know heaps of people are coming in. There's so much talk about it, it's just ramping high. You can trade like this one to the upside. So basically, if I do it on a 15-minute view, I probably can't do it now since it's like long back. But this will be showing that solid day trade. I'll see if I can go back, shall I? Probably can't go all the way back that far. Or can I? 15-minute chart, so yeah, still not showing super clean even on 15-minute chart. But yeah, the thing is, like, when there's lots of volume in a stock, then you can even trade the stocks higher. But it's a bit harder in New Zealand. I mean, it's better for, you know, us all working jobs and stuff like that. It's probably better to swing trade. But then, like, you saw you're prone to overnight gap down, so it's pretty shit. So yeah, so do you try catch trades early while consolidating, or wait until you see a setup that made a move then get in? So the answer to that is both. Anyway, I can manage my risk. If I see market depth that I have like a safety cushion where I can get out, and I know that if it does swing the other way and I can take a small loss, then I'll do that. So otherwise, I'll get into a stock and I'll just let it play out. I mean, you want to keep as less stress on your mind as possible. If you make it like a good win or something, you know, be happy. Don't be too happy. Don't get so excited that I'm going to do this again and again and again. You got to keep it. You got to You got to stay humble. You know, thank us. You know, you got to like thank the market. Thank you for that. You know, $1,000. Thank you. You know, and just learn from it and see what you've done and sort of do it again next time. Again, main thing is time. It will take time. You're not going to do this and like straight away. I mean, we would love to all do it straight away. I mean, when I was first starting off trading, hey, I want to make 100,000. You know, I want to make like $1,000,000 and stuff. But nah, that doesn't happen. That's unrealistic. If you're trying to think that, I'm sorry to break your hopes and dreams, but this is going to take some time. So that's why I suggest practice trading. You know, using like NZX, the virtual trading, or like you know, practice on Sharesies using a small account. Find reoccurring patterns in the market. Look for reoccurring patterns. Like if you're looking at the charts, if you're looking at like yeah, so Frontier or something. The idea, find what works for you. What's a reoccurring pattern for you? What works? So like, you know, every time like there's heaps of volume in a stock and it has a big bump higher or closes above or something, what's the percentage if it closes above that will continue higher? You know, play that out. Like make an Excel spreadsheet. Be like, this is my strategy, and I'm gonna see if this can like continue higher. So, yeah. So like I said, make an Excel spreadsheet. Look at the charts. Has this happened before or last time? Look at the history of the charts. Like do downtrending. You know, do downtrending stocks. You know, tend to hold their gains. Like look at Frontier. It's a downtrending stock. Would you want to trade Frontier? I mean, even this one here. Like do Z Energy. Look at that. Would you want to trade Z Energy? People think it's probably bottomed out, but do you want to trade like a downtrending stock? Probably not. It's been downtrending even before Corona. Yeah, it's been downtrending even before the coronavirus thing. So, yeah, look at that. It's even forming like a, you know, like how I do flat top. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Yeah, how I play like flat top breakouts and all that. There's also flat top breakdowns. So if you switch your screen the other way, if you like tilt your head, you know, right around like that, then you'll see that this is like a. If you tilted your screen upside down, you'll see that this is like a graph going higher and it's going to break higher. So, but obviously we're fast in the real time, so it's actually going to break down. So it might not. It might hold above that level, but who knows? Sorry to all you guys holding this. Yeah, sorry about that. Beating on your guys' investments and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, any more questions before I wrap this up? It's actually my day off tomorrow, so I'm quite excited. My one day off a week. I'm trying to get Sundays and Mondays off. Mondays I kind of still have to do work, but the thing is, like, the best trading days are probably Tuesday to Thursday, and those are the days I'm the most busiest. Like Friday's a good opportunity to get in. Like I've noticed that on Fridays it's just like a sell-off day. Like on Fridays you can catch some, you know, some stocks have oversold a little bit. There's some good stocks you can get in. Like one guy in the US, like he always promotes that Monday movers. He's like a, you know, he shows you stocks, you know, get in on a Friday, then it'll go up on a Monday because, you know, CEOs have meetings and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, guys. Any more questions? Just ask anything. Or just any talk in general? Nah. All right. All good. I'm gonna wrap this up. So thank you guys for watching. You know, instead of doing like an actual video, you know, I had to do like the video editing and stuff. Video editing is so annoying. Far out. You probably noticed I don't even do any much cutouts and stuff like that because I just can't. Yeah, kind of stuff. So all good. Alrighty then, guys. How do you stop this? Yeah, take care. So yeah, thanks for you know, subscribing to the channel and liking. Oh, like this video, please. I really appreciate it. The more likes I get, the more like what do you call it? The more videos I'll put out. So definitely like this video. Really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel for you guys that haven't subscribed yet. And then yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm still waiting for those likes to go up, so I've only got 2 likes yet. Here we go. 4 likes. Come on, can we get to 5? Can we get to 6? Oh, no. Alright, it's stuck on 4 likes. Alright, that's all good. Alrighty. Have a good night, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Nipkin.